What's going on, guys? We are back with another video. This one is for UFC 257. We got Dustin the Diamond Poirier and Conor the Notorious McGregor. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited for this main event and co-main event. The rest of this shit.
Bro, this is like the rest of the card isn't the best. You have some big names like Ottman coming in.
Yeah,
You have Amanda Ribas.
I am not happy with, and I believe they did the same thing last year when he fought Cowboy. I am not happy with this card, man. Like there's even some names on the prelims like Nasrat, like not to be biased because he's Afghan and whatnot, but he and Brad Tavares, okay, he deserves to be on the prelims. Khalil Roundtree, he's been struggling, but like, come on, man, this is just whatever. I'm ready to just get into it. Yeah, awesome. Starting off with the women's strawweight battle, we got Marina Rodriguez and Amanda Ribas.
Bro, this this fight is actually gonna be one I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm kind of a fan of Amanda, you know. Uh, Even though she beat my girl Paige in her last fight, kicked Paige out of the UFC, unfortunately. But Amanda, she's been on a five fight win streak right now, where Rodriguez is coming off a loss. So this, I'm gonna have to go with Amanda on this fight. Just because she beat Paige.
Yeah, I don't really see any way that Rodriguez is going to win. I mean, her record looks much more impressive than it actually is. 12-1-2. Coming into the UFC, it was a lot better. I think she came in 10-0, and then she had her one loss and has two draws. So it's like it looks a lot. 12-1 looks much better than it is. She lost to Carla Esparza, which is like, all right, whatever, that happens. Because Carla Esparza is like top 10 or something. Purple belt in jiu-jitsu. Amanda Ribas is a black belt in jiu-jitsu and judo. So she's already got you beat there. The only place I thought maybe she can do okay is if she takes her down. She's not going to be able to do that because she doesn't really shoot for takedowns much, predominantly striking. Amanda Ribas has wins over Ronda Marcos for starters, who beat, I think that's Rodriguez's one loss is Ronda Marcos. So it's like Amanda Ribas beat her, and that is not a good loss to have. Or she drawed with her. I can't fucking remember. She beat Paige Van Zandt, obviously, sent her to bare knuckle, and she beat Mackenzie Dern. That is impressive alone right there, that you beat Mackenzie
Dude,
Dern, and she
100%,
made it
dude.
look fairly easy too.
Yeah, dude. Mackenzie Dern's a fucking beast of a fighter.
Hmm.
And Amanda beat her. So I'm going in this fight. I'm going Amanda again. She is the favorite at minus 320 compared to Rodriguez being plus 26. I believe that is the biggest split in the main card, equaling the same thing as Conor and Dustin. But I got Amanda second round armbar.
Decent prediction. I honestly, I predicted more so a decision win for Amanda. Either way, I've got her winning. And honestly, this might be, except maybe the main event, which we'll get to, this might be the most confident I am with most of my picks, where I'm like 90% sure Amanda Ribas is going to win this one.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree, man. The next fight we have Ottman. I can't say his last name. Azaitar or something.
Azaitar?
Versus Matt. I can't say his last name. Frevola.
Frevola.
So both these boys they're not new to the UFC. Ottman's, this is gonna be his third UFC fight. Hasn't lost one yet. His last five fights, the boy's been knocking people out. And then we have Matt over here, who is 3-1-1 in his last five. This is gonna be his fifth fight in the UFC. He gets most of his wins by decision. His record is 8-1-1, where Ottman is 13-0. I'm going real quick. Just Ottman getting the knockout in the first round. First, let's say 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think Matt Frevola has a similar thing going on with his record that Rodriguez did, where 8-1 looks very impressive, and then when you kind of take a look at it, it's like, all right, it's not. I mean, he has maybe one knockout, three subs, four decisions. His one his one loss was either, I can't recall who it was, but he's beaten the most impressive names he's beaten, which it's not laughing or looking over people like Violent Bob Ross, Luis Pena, and Jalen Turner. Good fighters, top probably 15 or maybe just outside of the 15 fighters, but they are feeding him to Ottman because Ottman's 13-0, 10 knockouts of those 13. And his last one was like a good TKO. The one before that, I don't know if you recall, is some Timu. I can't pronounce his last name. Ottman cracked him like an overhand right, and the dude stiffened while standing up until he hit the ground. Like, this dude's a fucking savage. I don't see Matt winning in any fashion whatsoever. He's got sloppy boxing, and I think Ottman's going to get first-round knockout very viciously.
So we're both in agreement. Ottman gets knocked out in first round. The books have it. Ottman as a favorite minus 165. Matt as the underdog at plus 145. So we'll see what happens. We were wrong last Saturday with all our boys getting knocked out. The perfect record's going away. So anything can happen. It is the fight game. But I don't see him losing this fight at all. So
no, 100%. Ottman's a beast. I like it. He's got incredible power for how he looks. He's a big kid for or a big guy for his size, but he's not like super jacked or super shredded. But yeah, there's no way he's. I don't want to say something like that because that's what I was saying with Buckley, and I fucked up that one royally. But I'm very confident Ottman is going to knock out Matt Frevola. Moving on from is that one good? Moving on from that one, we have an incredible mid-main card fight, which honestly I wouldn't even mind these being flipped, but then I get it. It's like two women fights or whatever. We got Jessica Ai and Joanne Calderwood. Hold on, if I had a coin here, I would flip it real quick, but that's how kind of down the middle I am. Jessica's a fucking roller coaster fighter, man. She'll win one, lose one, win one, lose one, beats so-and-so, loses to Valentina, beats so-and-so, loses to Caitlin Jakagian. Like, she's very sloppy, and she's also towards the end of her career. Calderwood, 5 KOs. All right, that's cool. They've both lost to Jakagian and both lost to Cynthia Calvillo. Like I said, I don't mean to disrespect them, but literally flip a coin.
yeah, no, I totally get that. JoJo and Jessica both are 3-5 in the last multiple fights, dude. Not good. Both them mostly win their fights by decision, so this fight is going to decision. Both coming off a loss. I think I'm putting my eggs in Jessica's basket this time. I think she's gonna win this. It's gonna be a split decision. Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely decision, like you said. If it's like gun to my head, here's $5, you got to put it on someone. I agree with you, Jessica. Maybe just because she's a little bit more experienced, she did get all the way up to fighting Valentina. She got her head kicked off, but she got there. Maybe not that Calderwood's not experienced, but maybe just guys' experience will play a factor. I don't know, man. It's I hope nobody confidently puts this on their parlay or something, because that is just such a big risk to take, like to bet on either one of these. But yeah, just got a decision win. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, and the books have JoJo as the favorite at minus 125, where Jessica's the underdog at plus 105, which is not a big split at all. But moving on to the co-main event, we have Dan the Hangman Hooker versus Michael Iron Michael Chandler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Coming into his first UFC fight, his debut. Michael was a Bellator champion, if I'm not mistaken. The last champion who he just beat what's his name? Henderson, thank you. With a fucking 2-minute knockout in the first round. Dude, this is gonna be a tough fight, man. Exciting. Both boys. This is another one that's like, it's gonna be a good fight. But who's gonna win? It's a flip of a coin as well. I don't know, man. I don't know.
So I think on paper, or maybe not even on paper, but on paper and with how much hype they're giving Michael Chandler, I can see where you feel that way. But so one interesting thing about Dan Hooker, man, is he's 20-9, but he's not a 20-9. He's not a 50-50 fighter in my opinion. He's much better than that. You know, he's what's he have here?
He's 3-5 in the last 5 fights. He lost to Dustin, and he lost to Barbosa.
And then he won those other 3, which were fairly impressive wins. And Dustin, that's a hard battle. And so what Dan does is he's really, really good for about 3 rounds. And you know, if he can work on his cardio a little bit, or maybe work on pacing himself better, 4 and 5, honestly, that's you know, midway through 3, 4, and 5, Dustin seemed to cement that he won that fight. If he was able to pace himself a little bit better, maybe work on his cardio, there's a good chance Dan Hooker would have beaten Dustin Poirier that fight, and he would have fought Conor McGregor tonight, or you know, whatever would have happened. Michael Chandler, on the other hand, comes out like a fucking bullet. Round 1, if anything, he's got the cardio for 3 rounds, especially because it's not a 5-round fight. But Michael Chandler comes out and fights like you only have 1 round to go out there and fucking do it. You know, his striking, his wrestling. I've heard a lot of other people, you know, especially people in the UFC and stuff, when they're talking about how this fight's going to go, and I agree with them in the sense that Michael does what Joaquin Buckley did last week a lot. I don't know if when he got kicked over the head and he got knocked out, it's a lot of this, you know, especially because Chandler's a very impressive wrestler. It's a lot of up and down, bobbing and weaving. And where you're going to fuck up with that is that Michael Chandler's only 5'8". I don't know off the top of my head. Hold on, let me see. Dan Hooker is 6 feet tall, and Michael Chandler says 5'7" here on Google. And if you do a lot of this, and you come,
there's a knee and a leg coming right up.
Coming right
Dude,
there.
This is going to decision. I feel like I don't think either one of them is going to knock out.
Really,
I think it's going to decision. You're not knocking out Dan Hooker. I haven't watched too many of Michael's fights to say confidently he's not getting knocked out, because again, this is the fight game. Anybody can get knocked out. I think I'm going Dan Hooker, man. I like Dan Hooker. I've been a fan. I wanted him to beat Dustin, even though I love Dustin. I got Dan Hooker winning this fight by decision.
I'll say this, man. I was also not, whenever they first announced he was coming, which was right before the Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson fight, I believe. And they were announcing Michael Chandler's coming over. I was speaking with a friend of mine, and I was like, what is the hype over this guy? You know, the thing is, looking at his record, yeah, he's beaten Benson Henderson twice. And Benson Henderson, back in the day, was maybe in his time, you know, top 3 or so goats of the lightweight division. He was a monster for a while. Very technical fighter, incredible wrestling. So it's impressive that Chandler beat him, but Benson's also been around since WEC was a thing, when Anthony Pettis did that Showtime kick. That was against Benson Henderson. So Michael Chandler beating him now, it's like, all right, that's cool. But I think 3 fights ago, I can't pronounce his name, but Pitbull knocked Chandler the fuck out. So it's like, he's good, but it's like, is he really that good? And John Kavanaugh, Conor McGregor's coach, no, I'm sorry, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but somebody, I watched an interview where I was speaking with someone, said Michael Chandler is basically Eddie Alvarez, maybe a little bit better, but basically Eddie Alvarez. And I don't see that being good enough to be in today's top 3 lightweights. I think if Conor fought him, unless Chandler really gets successful with his wrestling, which Conor's shown against Chad Mendes and Khabib that he's got good wrestling defense, I don't think Chandler is top 5 material in today's UFC lightweights. I think Dan Hooker is going to either get him with that knee to hurt him and then just start teeing off on him. You're not knocking Dan Hooker out. If Justin Poirier can do it, Michael Chandler's not going to do it. I got Dan Hooker with round 3. Either round 3 TKO or decision, one or the other, but Dan Hooker's winning.
Yeah, so we're both in agreement on that one.
Yes, sir.
I think throughout this whole card, I think we're all on the same page. But yeah, going on to the main event, we have Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. Bro, this is going to be a banger of a fight. Hopefully, this fight lasts longer than their last bout they had. What was it? 90 seconds
Mhm.
with Conor getting a knockout against him. Dustin has been more active recently in the UFC compared to Conor, who hasn't fought since beating Cowboy, and before that, before fighting
Khabib in
Khabib.
October.
Yeah. So this is Conor's third fight in the last 3 years. Bro, again, this is gonna be an exciting fight. Like I'm pumped for it just because the notorious one is coming back. But man, hopefully this goes on more than that 60 seconds Conor's saying to everybody. You know.
Yeah, I agree. It's always great to see Conor, and there's a different feeling in the air, a different aura that comes when Conor fights. And for me, and I've spoke with people about it. I get kind of annoyed by everyone hates a casual. Everyone hates a casual, but the attention on the company is nice. The extra eyes on the company that might watch one extra UFC event is nice. But sometimes it's annoying when you're at the gas station or you're at wherever you are. It's like, hey, Conor McGregor's fighting this weekend. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the guy he's fighting against. I think Conor's going to beat his ass. You're like, shut the fuck up, man. But it's just different when Conor fights, man. I don't see it happening in 60 seconds. I think that'll be fucking crazy. When he fought Cowboy, the bell rang and he ran across and threw a fucking left hand. Cowboy ducked under it, and he started hitting him with those shoulders to the nose and fucked him up. I do not see him attacking Dustin like that because Dustin is just more dangerous and a better fighter than Cowboy is. He's not going to run over and just throw one huge haymaker and hope to knock him out. 60 seconds would be crazy fucking impressive. This is what I had heard in an interview with John Kavanaugh, who's Conor's head coach. He said, I don't think this fight's going to be over in 60 seconds. I predict this fight will go very much like the Eddie Alvarez fight, where it might go some midway through the second round, maybe even third if Dustin's really lucky, and it'll just be a fucking clinic by Conor where he can't throw one bad punch. And I honestly see that. I think he's more precise. He's more accurate. He punches harder than Dustin. And I rewatched the Dan Hooker and Dustin Poirier fight, and Dustin's very hook heavy. He throws a lot of hooks, and they're both southpaw, southpaw. I don't know how many hooks you're going to want against somebody who leans back and cracks you with that left hand and knocks you out cold after your hook misses. Shout out Jose Aldo. I got Conor McGregor winning within two. I tweeted it a couple weeks ago. I haven't changed my opinion. I love Dustin Poirier. I think he's always going to be top three, but nobody besides Khabib is beating Conor McGregor in the lightweight division. Simple.
Dude, 100% agree with you. Everything you just said, man. Dude, I want this fight to go longer than 1 or 2 rounds. I want to see a fight. We were super pumped when Conor was coming back last year against Cowboy. We went to the bathroom and it was done. Like you can't go out. During this fight, if you're watching this fight, don't leave the room. Don't leave the room. The fight may end quick. Conor has proven that he can do it. He did it against Jose. He's done it against Cowboy. He's done it against many, many people. But no, dude, this fight's going to be amazing. The card isn't the best card the UFC has thrown out there, but we do have 2 big fights at the end of the night with Dan Hooker and Michael Chandler, and then obviously the notorious one and Diamond. So, guys, don't miss this fight. It is a pay-per-view. You will need to buy it. Don't try streaming it. Dana White will come get you. He said it himself. He tweeted it out. But yeah, man, I don't know. We both got Conor winning. I don't know what round Conor's going to win in. If it's going to be the first round TKO, if it's going to be the second, third, or if it's going to go to decision. I don't know. But I have Conor getting the W, so.
Yeah, I think that Dana White shit's so funny, man. I see people, not on Reddit, but I see people on Twitter talking mad shit. It's like, Dana, what are you going to do? It's like they took down, and I'm not going to say the name of it because I'm not going to be that guy. They took down the website that we have used in the past. We started buying it as of like last year, but the ones we have used in the past, they took that down, and that website went right back up .net instead of .com. What the fuck are you going to do, Dana? And if you do shut down such and such .net that we use, you're gonna what send a bill to each one of our houses for however much money because we stream the fights over it. Whatever, man. We pay for it either way, so I don't really care. I wish more people did pay for it because it's like that is money that could go to the fighters more. You'd like that. And yeah, the Jessica I fight, whatever. I might get some food during that when I repack my hookah. The Ribas fight, honestly, I will keep an eye on it just because I want to see what happens with her. Ottman knockout, that's going to be impressive, and then co-main and main event. Obviously, we're counting down the minutes to that, man. We're only 2 sleeps away. I cannot wait. We've gone, we had fights last Saturday. They were early in the morning, but so really it's been a whole month without really really great fights to watch. Max Holloway's fight and performance was unbelievable. It was at 2 in the afternoon, so it wasn't the same as a Saturday night fight night. So I cannot wait for this Saturday, brother. I'm super excited to see Conor back. And yeah, I mean, any last thoughts, or are we good to go?
Bro, I think we're good to go. Guys, make sure you like, share this video, get it to your friends, get it to your mom, get it to your grandma. I don't care who watches the video. Hit that little like button, hit the subscribe button, show us some love.
We appreciate all the love, guys. We're going to be here more often. Just comment what you think, comment who you think's going to win, and we will definitely see you Sunday to talk about this fights.